congratulations to you both. Now, this next introduction I am really excited about. I am a Southerner, and it is very rare that I get to meet someone from my home state of Georgia out here in San Diego. But Rear Admiral Alvin Holsey, he's a native of Fort Valley, Georgia. He was commissioned through the Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps program at Morehouse College in 1988, where he received a degree in computer science. He also earned a Master's of Science in Management from Troy State University in '95 and attended the Joint Forces Staff College in 2010. Now, he served in a variety of training and operational squadrons, including Helicopter Anti-Submarine Squadron Light 36, Helicopter Training Squadron 8, Helicopter Anti-Submarine Squadron Light 40, and Helicopter Anti-Submarine Squadron Light 44. His sea assignments include deployments aboard the USS Jesse L. Brown, USS Nicholson, the USS Freeland, the USS Via Gulf, the USS Gettysburg, and the USS Simpson. He's commanded Helicopter Anti-Submarine Squadron Light 37 and the amphibious assault ship, the USS Macon Island. Assignments onshore and staff billets include Flag A to Commandeer Naval Air Force and the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations. Also, Operations Officer for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, J3, the Joint Operations Directorate, European Command, Deputy Director for PERS 43, Head Air Combat Placement Officer, Navy Personnel Chief, Navy Personnel Command, Force Operations Officer for N3 at Command Naval Air Force, also the U.S. Pacific Fleet, and Executive Assistant to the Chief of Naval Operations. There's a lot there. Do my best here. Holsey became commander of Carrier Strike Group 1 in June of 2018. He previously served as the Deputy Director of Operations for the National Military Command Center Joint Chiefs of Staff. His military decorations include the Defense Superior Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, and various unit campaign and service awards. Please help me welcome Rear Admiral Alvin Holsey.
Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or will be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. Good afternoon. You guys kind of sleepy today, aren't you? Hey, so Alex, thanks for that very warm introduction. A lot of words to read there, and but you're the right person for it. I love your voice. Also, thank you very much to the San Diego Urban League for asking me to come out and share a few words. And also thank you for what you do every day, building and serving our communities, and especially the Golden Pyramid Scholars Initiative, recognizing our youth. That's really a big deal. I'd like to start out by acknowledging and welcoming the families, as it's truly a special day, and it's been one tremendous journey. Now, I know I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my parents. And my wife told me not to sing, so I'm not going to sing. But there's this gospel song that kind of stands out. And again, I won't sing, I'll embarrass myself and her. But the words are, somebody prayed for me, and I'm so glad they did. So all the parents and guardians, please stand this morning. All parents and guardians, please stand. All right, kids, you've been kind of sleeping most of the afternoon here. Let's give them a really, really loud round of applause. I will spend the next few minutes addressing particularly the Golden Pyramid Scholars. In the words of Alice Walker, you are the ones we've been waiting for. Our children, our families, our future. What an honor. I I want you to know that your futures are bright, your dreams are in reach, and your challenges are comfortable. Why do I say those things? Because I know you. I know that you exist. I know that you're smart, capable, talented, confident, competitive, and a lot of other accolades that maybe never come your way, but regardless, you stay the course because you believe in yourself, sometimes when no one else did. See, for me, it's really quite simple. Because when I look at you, I see myself. I see a young boy from small town Georgia who had dreams of flying, but had never been in an aircraft before. As President Obama put it, I guess I had the audacity of hope. I hoped that I could do more, but I had no idea how to make that dream become reality. But I believed then and I believe now. I believe in opportunity and achievement. I believe in goals, strength, and determination. Those are the things that dreams are made of, and those are the things that breed success, your success. I will tell you that I wasn't always the smartest kid in class, but I do like to think that I worked hard. I will share with you that I'm no saint, but I've soared. I failed a time or two, but I'm not a failure. And Lord knows I made some mistakes, but more importantly, I think I've learned from those mistakes. So why did I say those things? Well, a really long time ago, I was sitting in your seats, wondering what life had in store for me, but more importantly, what I had in store for life. I remember very vividly, after graduating from college and headed down to flight school in Pensacola, Florida, I remember feeling out of place and thinking of all the bad eyes, intimidated, insignificant, inadequate, even inferior. In fact, I was ready to leave, quit. But then I thought about it, and I realized that if I didn't stand tall now, I would run forever. You see, it was that moment that I realized I did belong. And it was okay to have a little fear or to be different. From my opening comments about the lion and gazelle, they shared one thing in common: fear. One, fear of being attacked. The other, fear of perhaps starvation. But I will tell you that fear should not paralyze you. You shouldn't necessarily fear the unknown, or fear of being different, or having a fear of failure. I still remember being issued my brown leather flight jacket. I remember how proud I felt when I wore it home for the first time and walked in the store where I used to bag groceries as a teen. The same store where the manager told me that being a pilot was too hard. Yes, he doubted me, but I never doubted myself. I remember my first solo flight like it was yesterday. My mom even called our hometown radio station, Prayer Line, to make sure I had a little extra help that day. I still remember my fiance, now wife of 29 years, when she pinned on my wings of gold. In fact, just 2 years ago, my oldest son received his wings of gold, and she was there to pin his on as well. He's now in his first deployment. I remember also how proud my parents were that day when I got my wings, and also even more so some 15 years later when I landed an aircraft on the 50-yard line of my high school where I used to play football. My father has since passed away, but I can still see the gleam of his eyes as he recalled the story how everyone was so impressed that the aircraft arrived over the top of school right on time. Some would say I've had a successful naval career. Last summer, I took command of a carrier strike group, one of our nation's premier naval fighting forces, with the speed, reach, endurance, and firepower to effect outcome anywhere in the world, comprised of over 7,500 people, including 8 warships, including a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier and over 70 aircraft. And to think, someone told me being a pilot was too hard. What if I had listened and not believed in myself? I probably wouldn't be standing here right now today. So why did I tell you guys those stories? Well, because you are part of a great legacy. My story is your story. It's the story of your parents, the stories of your grandparents, and countless others who paved the way for you to be here today. Your story, their story, our story is one of achievement, because achievement matters. A few years ago, a mentor of mine came back from a conference, and he shared the comment, sometimes you have to bloom where you're planted. I would love to have been the person that come up with that statement, but I didn't. I would like to share my thoughts about how that kind of applies and what it means to you. You see, a lot of times young people just starting out find themselves in less than ideal or less than preferred situations. You have to remember, it's not where you start, it's how you finish. When I think about a comment about blooming where you planted, a couple things come to mind, but the picture I always see is that of a small flower or a weed working its way and growing through a crack in a sidewalk or this asphalt. I'm sure you guys have seen that, but so next time you see something like that, that little weed or that little flower, I want you to think about this. That flower doesn't know it's not in an open meadow or open field with the perfect soil and nutrients and water and sunlight. It doesn't. It doesn't know that it's constrained by cement, limited water, poor soil. It just grows. So how does that apply to you? Sometimes we just have to grow. And as you guys are getting older right now, I'll tell you, sometimes you have to grow up. So don't get wrapped around that first situation, that first experience where you don't learn. Or be too busy complaining about something that you miss your opportunity to grow. You have to start somewhere and fill your tube bag. Dr. Benjamin Alvin once said, you are what you aspire to be and not what you are now. You are what you do with your youth and what you do with your mind. I'd like to leave you with simple steps, actions that you can take to help you continue on your successful path. But understand, you can never stop running. First thing is this, learn everything that you can. Life should be a constant pursuit of knowledge. Once you stop learning, essentially you stop growing and you become content. Number two, you need to learn to accept criticism. I feel that when you truly accept criticism, you're forced to acknowledge something. You have to acknowledge that you're perhaps not as sharp as you think you are, or not as good as you think you are. But guess what? That allows you to grow as you learn. And finally, you should seek constant improvement. Every day, everything you do should be better than the day before. Again, you continue to grow. That's it. There's nothing earth-shattering about any of those things. Just discipline, execution. And you're probably wondering, some of you guys are closer to finishing high school. Are you ready? Are you prepared? I will tell you that every day is an opportunity to achieve something great, or it can be an utter disaster. It all depends on what you did the day before. Those words speak to preparation. And there are several definitions of the word preparation. You can look it up, but the one I like in this context is, it's that relentless effort you apply daily to achieve a certain goal. Relentless effort daily. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't believe in achievement or the Golden Pyramid Initiative. I'm here to tell you that you are prepared, you are capable, you are competent, and you can compete with anyone, and don't you ever forget it. Dr. Benjamin Alvin, I want to quote him once more, once said this, the tragedy of life is often not in our failure, but rather in our complacency. Not in our doing too much, but rather our doing too little. Not in living above our ability, but rather living below our capacities. I'm not sure what your future holds, but whatever you choose to do it well, and never live below your capacity. And finally, I'd like to share this with you because I think it's kind of neat. I'm going to tell you something that I know that your parents have told you, your teachers, your grandparents, and so now you can hear from the Admiral. Not that I'm important or anything, but so if you forget everything else I said today, and that's totally fine, I want you to remember this. In life, you will meet people who are not always in your corner. You will meet people who don't always have your best interests at heart. And some will even delight in your failure. And they may be so-called friends. Now, are there any Game of Thrones fans out here? Okay, so I really like to show the final episodes coming on tonight. So I'm going to steal a line from them, and if you guys are tracking me on this, you'll be able to answer this question very easy. What do we say to those who want to pull you down, vice push you up? Not today. You're right, not today. Thank you once again for allowing me to come here and be a part of this program, and congratulations again to all of you. Thank you very much.
I need to do an introduction, but before I do that, I'm going to go a little off script. Just don't make eye contact with the person who's going to yell at me. I need each of you in this middle area to turn to your neighbor and share the one thing that you'll remember from the speech from Rear Admiral. Go now. Do it. We got less than a minute. No cheat. Never give up. All right. So I got it? All right.